season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at this Packers defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now it's Fields. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So here are the new-look Packers set to go to work. And at the helm here in 2023, a lot of eyes on this man in his 4th NFL season, Jordan Love. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll work down inside the 45. The numbers for Jones last week: 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. Back deep, Patrick Peterson gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one, angling for the sideline. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
In motion right is Davis. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Steelers at 7-1 now on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. From the 29, here's second and a couple. Back to throw. Fields. That's to a man who's used to catching passes in the green and gold, Devontae Adams. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. A handoff for Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hey, look at this Packers defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Brought down at the 20.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Packers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
On the set.
Here's Love. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Love from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now a first down carry by Jones. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action. Love to throw. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have the first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. Second down and 6 now. Harris running straight ahead. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On the give, it's Warren. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They toss it to Warren. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there, also a first down. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now Fields. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And based on my math, They've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Play action this time with Love. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one. That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Love. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Peterson. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Looking to throw on 2nd down, Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Fields. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down.
Let's go.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Love looking to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Throwing. Love. Short throw to Musgrave. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down now, but that clock rolling. Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Love with a pass caught by Musgrave, the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Complete to Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Love's throw finds its target, Dobbs. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3.
Yellow, check right.
Going back to Love. And his throw is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The tight end in motion right. They'll run it with Jones. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. In motion right is Robinson. On first down, it's Fields. Setting up the screen, Harris. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing again is Fields. Got his man, it's Warren. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. That is caught. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now it's Peterson. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
What I continue to hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch it and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed, and then we got to see it unfold in real time.
They'll run it, Warren. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On the run, it's Warren. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now a run with Warren. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. His 8th rushing touchdown and 9th overall on the year. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Now, I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll let this go for Adams. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do you do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
A shotgun snap, Fields. It's caught here by Adams. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Love. going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Taken from just outside the 30. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. To throw is Fields. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they...
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Cameron Hayward, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Love now. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Fielded at about the 28. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is...
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Fields. Flush to his right. Breaks a tackle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. Warren will try the right side. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, Fields. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. And now the Packers get set to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10.
Green, yellow, line, switch, yellow, check white.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Packers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Love going to give this one to Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check pitch. Black walk. Smith red.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Love. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Right about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Throwing. Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Bullock good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll be out right at the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play.
Taking it right down Broadway.
He's still on his feet. Inside the 10.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Warren, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Steelers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 3rd down, Love.
He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Jaden Reed.
74 yards.
And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
Now 2nd and 5.
Slot man moves right.
Here's Warren.
All able to avoid him. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
155 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warren. There he goes right side. Inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Warren hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. Boswell for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. So here's Love and the Packers. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute 50 remaining. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now Love. Able to find Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's Love. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Love's throw brought in by Watson. And he's brought down. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Love looking to throw it. That's taken in by Watson. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here's 1st down. Love. His throw incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Going back to Love. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
On 4th down, Love. Finds his receiver, Watson. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee, and a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And they will take a knee here. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Well, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.